Right, so let's take you through the grid for Heat 3, X30 Senior, Groups B versus C. And it's going to start like this. Alessandro Tudisca and Victor Louis will be on the front row. Michael Piccolo and Tristan Kroon will be on row number 2. Fionn McLaughlin will be joined by the top rookie in this heat, Sam van der Heyden from the Netherlands. Otto Paikkonen and Enzo Menendez will round out row number 4, followed by George Nassar and Dan Steeman. Iliano Couture and Vilma Swan will be on row number 6 ahead of Tihon Kinard and Lewis Mackey. Jörg Müller and Max Storm round out row number 8 ahead of Sullivan Zamvari and Esteban Valgrave. Jack Nettleship and Julian Carmen will round out the top 20. Maximiliano Radek da Silva and Andrea Pirovano will be on row number 11 ahead of Casper Norman and Luke Taylor. Aaron Ferrazzano and Thibaut Veyers round out the next row, row number 13. Dinan de Vos, Dennis Bowman, Rinse Vos and Christopher Bingham round out the top 30. Completing the 36-strong grid are Ruby Verlinden, Ron van der Kerkhoff, Olivia Sampson, Victor Aguitar, Ruben Moya and Miguel Silva. Ruben Moya having a very difficult qualifying on his return to the Yami Series Benelux Championship, even though it might just be a one-off. Only completed 1 lap in qualifying, and then unfortunately the kart did not go past the timing beam, well, not long after the timing beam for sector number 2. So Tudisca currently looking to increase his points tally this season and has been on the back foot since Ostricor at round 2 in the second weekend of May. But more to the point, it's a Belgian front row and it's also an RSD karting front row as well, more to the point. But another 10 minutes plus an additional lap to set our grid in motion, as there is race director Thomas Leiner instructing the field how he wants it to be done. It's his way or the highway, as they say when it comes to our race director. But he's fair, but he's firm. But it's down to the drivers to make best their intentions here at Karting Genk. Air temperature 21 degrees Celsius. Humidity has crept up in the meantime to 78% as the red lights are ignited on the gantry ahead of 10 minutes plus 1 additional lap. 36 drivers, a full grid into the tram lines. Revs rise and the lights are out. We're underway. It's the run down to turns 1 and 2. And round the outside goes Victor Louis on Alessandro Tudisca. Is he going to use the runoff area to get the race lead? Yes, he does. And Tristan Kroon has just jumped up into second position. As we have had an incident through at a turn number 3. Well, there's a couple of cars tripping over each other's tyres at the moment as Tudisca tries to get his way through back at turn 6 into second position. But a very, very close incident happening at turn number 3 nearly meant that a few competitors would be falling by the wayside. But what a start there. Victor Louis, tactic of the century. Round the outside of Tudisca at turn 2, can use the runoff area only once during the race, and that's on the opening lap. And he's got a 6 kart length lead over Alessandro Tudisca. And there is Tristan Kroon in the 288. Then Fionn McLaughlin in 4th position now, ahead of Marc-Claude Piccolo from France. So Fionn McLaughlin these days running with VDK Racing and very much trying to keep himself in the hunt for the IAME Euro Series title next week. But in the meantime, Victor Louis leading the way, and that is Marc-Claude Piccolo through on Fionn McLaughlin, the 374 from Ireland. But nevertheless, at the front end of the field, great move there by Victor Louis to it wasn't the fact he kept, Alessandro Tudisca was napping. Victor Louis just went one better.
Victor Louis qui a donc pris le meilleur des départs après une belle manœuvre. Il démarrait depuis la 2e position sur la grille de départ et il est passé par l'extérieur. Superbe départ de Victor Louis que l'on voit à l'image à présent et qui emmène derrière lui, avec lui, Alessandro Tudisca, son équipier. Tristan Kroon est en 3e position. Et puis en 4e position, on retrouve Marc Lopiccolo, le pilote français qui a pris le meilleur sur Fionn McLaughlin, le pilote irlandais, leader de la Yamaha Euro Series, qui est entré dans le giron Red Bull Junior Team il y a quelques semaines dans la foulée de la dernière manche du championnat d'Europe de la FIA. C'était il y a 2 semaines. Fionn McLaughlin qui est ici pour préparer le rendez-vous de la semaine prochaine. On a vu Victor Louis se faire surprendre du côté de la partie technique du tracé genkois. C'est Alessandro Tudiska qui a récupéré sa première place. C'est lui qui partait en tête tout à l'heure, mais dans la bagarre, eh bien, c'est Tristan Krohn qui en a profité pour recoller, et Tristan Krohn qui est parvenu à passer devant Alessandro Tudiska dans le dernier virage, mais ce dernier a répliqué et conserve finalement la première place. Derrière, eh bien, ça se regroupe forcément puisqu'on se bat devant. On a donc en tête désormais Alessandro Tudiska, Tristan Krohn, Victor Louis et Marc Lopiccolo qui est là en 4e position. Fionn McLaughlin est 5e, et puis on retrouve une bagarre avec Otto Pikkonen et Sam van der Heyden, et c'est encore très très serré là pour les premières positions. Alex, avec l'attaque ici sur Victor Louis, c'est Marc Lopiccolo qui a essayé de passer, et Fionn McLaughlin est aussi dans la bagarre.
Fionn McLaughlin nearly got the bog off the buy one get one free special right there and then because of Victor Louis and Marc Lopiccolo battling it out. Lopiccolo went through up the inside, but there's Fionn McLaughlin through on Victor Louis. So does Lopiccolo get through. Did Lopiccolo lose 1-2? Yes, he lost out to Otto Pikkonen in the meantime. Well, no, he was lost out to Sam van der Heyden, who got through. There's Otto Pikkonen looking up the inside of Louis, going through into turn number 3. This is going to be close through 4. And Pikkonen's going to get the job done through 5. Neatly done, but right behind them they've got Iliano Couture, and I fear that maybe Dan Steeman is going to be there. Yes, he is. There's the 346 from the Netherlands, but really good anticipation, as I would expect. The number 6, the number 374, the 16-year-old Fionn McLaughlin from Magherafelt in Ireland, as you rightly said, has just got himself a spot on the Red Bull Junior team. But there's an absolute flyer of a move. Oh, big old off coming out of turn number 11, and that was Iliano Couture. I think that was Dan Steeman doing the old Danny Rick send it like you meant it, and he got through. And Couture has lost out big time. He's lost out of all people, Ruben Moya, 35th, now 15th. The Spaniard is on a tear right about now, but that was a big moment there for Iliano Couture, completely sideways. It was like Dan Steeman has said, right, you're going on the Joker lap right about now.
Voilà, vous l'avez vu, hein, une bagarre très très musclée avec Dan Steinman et Iliano Couture. Iliano Couture qui a perdu beaucoup dans l'aventure. Il est retombé à la 16e position, juste derrière un certain Ruben Moya qui s'élançait depuis le fond de grille et qui est déjà remonté en 15e position. Quelque chose me dit que ce n'est pas terminé pour le pilote espagnol, l'un des candidats aux avant-postes forcément dans cette catégorie. Vous l'avez vu aussi, Sam van der Heyden est passé devant l'un de ses adversaires. C'était c'était qui, Marc Lopiccolo qui était en 4e position. Sam van der Heyden est passé devant. Fionn McLaughlin est remonté lui à la 3e position et se place derrière les deux leaders, Alessandro Tudiska et Tristan Krohn. Et on l'a vu dans ce peloton, l'erreur coûte vraiment beaucoup de temps. Iliano Couture ne dira pas le contraire à l'issue de cette manche qualificative. En plus, il est sorti vraiment très large en allant chercher de l'herbe, en salissant ses pneus. Et ce sera difficile dans les tout prochains tours de récupérer le bon rythme. C'est dommage pour le pilote français qui réalisait un bon début de course jusque-là. Et parmi ceux qui avaient réalisé un bon début de course et qui ont été mis en difficulté, il y a notamment Victor Louis, redescendu à la 7e place. Mais il est maintenant le seul dans le peloton de tête. Il n'a donc pas de pression qui est mise sur lui. Et donc il va pouvoir récupérer un rythme et pourquoi pas aller rechercher l'une ou l'autre position. Sa prochaine cible, c'est le Finlandais Otto Pikkonen. En attendant, Alessandro Tudiska est toujours en tête. Il creuse l'écart
Yeah, very
avec
much.
le meilleur tour en course, Alex, en 54,638.
Yeah, Otto Poikkonen's just gone quickest in the opening sector as we got just coming up to the last 2 3/4 minutes plus an additional lap of this opening, well, this third heat out of 21 this weekend. So Tudiska has a lead of just over a second. Kroon, McLaughlin, Van der Heyden, Lopiccolo, Poikkonen, Louis, Steenman. Then it's a little bit further back to Vilma Swan from Sweden. George Nassar from the United Arab Emirates rounds out the top 10, the 294. At the moment, Ruben Moya holding station in 15th place as we've had a change. Otto Poikkonen through on Makolo Piccolo. Victor Louis waiting the wings as they come through out of turn number 7 at the chicane. It's going to be very, very close. Oh, mistake from Piccolo. He went wide coming out of turn number 8. And Victor Louis retook the position. Neatly done there by the 216 as Lo Piccolo says to Louis, right, come on, I don't want to be taken over. I don't want to be overtaken by anybody else. And the one behind Lo Piccolo is Dan Steenman, I believe, in the 346 from the Netherlands. So coming up to the last minute and 35, so we should have this and 2 more laps to go, bringing us to 12 laps completed. And after this, we'll then head to X30 Junior for the first stage of their competition here for round 4, as Fionn McLaughlin dives up the inside, neat as you like, through on Tristan Kroon, down at turn number 6, and then on to the Europlan. So McLaughlin neatly making his way through turn 8, starting to build a gap, a bit of a buffer between himself and Tristan Kroon, number 288 from the Netherlands, running on the TD kart. Not too far behind, there is a very fast catching Zem van der Heyden from the Netherlands, who rounds out the top 5. Ruben Moya gets past Suleiman Zanfari, the man from Morocco, the 334, and Moya now up into 14th place. So this and 1 more lap to go. We're down into the final 35 seconds of this race. Alessandro Tudiska just under 1.1 seconds clear of Fionn McLaughlin, who just has turned in the fastest lap of the race. Was purple in sectors 2 and 3, putting in a brilliant marker of a 54.438 to the number 374, the 16-year-old from Ireland. Running at the top 20 from 18th downwards is Jack Nettleship, Luke Taylor and Dinan De Vos. So timer is counting down and we've hit 0. So now the leaders will see the last lap board. Alessandro Tudiska from RSD Karting leads the way at a VDK Racing's Fionn McLaughlin. TD Karts, Tristan Kroon rounding out the top 3. Zem van der Heyden in 4th and is closing in on the 288 through turn 2 into 3, now into 4 for the final time. George Nassar gets past Dan Steenman for 8th place in the meantime, the Emirati-based driver. I think Ruben Moya might have gotten past Max Storm in the meantime for what is 13th on the grid. That would have been a great run. 22 positions gained by the Spaniard. But we're heading down into the final few corners of the race here for Heat 3, X30 Senior, Groups B and C. McLaughlin's trying to close the gap up, but out of the final corner, Alessandro Tudiska wins Heat 3. Fionn McLaughlin in 2nd. Tristan Kroon edges out Zem van der Heyden for 3rd at the checkered. Otto Poikkonen, Victor Louis, Maklo Piccolo, George Nassar, Dan Steenman and Vilma Swan round out the top 10. Tihon Kinard, Lewis Mackey and Ruben Moya round out the top 13. Moya making up 22 places from 35th on the grid. He finishes ahead of Suleiman Zanfari, Max Storm, Julian Kamen, Jupp Muller, Jack Nettleship, Luke Taylor and Dinan De Vos, who ran at the top 20. Casper Norman, Maximilian Radek de Silva, Iliano Couture, Dennis Bowman, Enzo Menendez dropping from 8th at the start to 25th at the finish. Christopher Bingham, Andrea Pirovano, Aaron Ferrazano, Esteban Valgrave, Ruby Valinden, Miguel Silva from Portugal, Thibaut Wires, Rince Vos, Olivia Sampson, Victor Agata and Ron van der Kerkhoff round out the 36 finishers. All of them made it to the end of the 12-lap adventure at Karting Genk. But it was Tudiska winning from McLaughlin and Kroon. That is your top three.